Hello everybody, it's Maya Gem again today. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and please subscribe in case you haven't so that you can get more of my wisdom passed down. Yeah, you know the drill already. We'll start with our icebreaker. So the philosophy that I live by as a person is anything is possible. Ever since I learned to understand that phrase, I have become a better person because before it's usually about, oh, it's difficult, and then boom, that's it, I'm not doing it anymore. But now I picture my mind to work is, oh, if X person can do it, is Y person can do it, if anybody can do it, then it is possible, so why can't I do it? So that's why I always live by that philosophy. Anything is possible as long as you put your mind towards it, you will achieve it. So that is my life philosophy, what I live by. So we're going to pick up from where we left off the last time on the 30 major causes of failure. We talked about the first one, which was the unfavorable hereditary background. Today we're going to talk about insufficient education as the number 2 cause of failure. Yes, you heard it. Growing up, I used to see this word as a compliment, like this. I don't know if it's quote or what they call it as a compliment. Then they say, "Jack of all trades, master of none." I used to see it then as a compliment, like, oh, somebody that can do this, do this, do that. Ah, that person must be a genius. But then going through life, reading books, and seeing life for what it is, I understood that, man, if somebody is referred to as that, that means the person is doomed. The person has no direction in life. That is what it simply means. If you're jack of all trade, it simply means that you can't even master nothing. You're not good at anything, I'll put it that way. Because if they say, oh, somebody that can plait here, I'm there, somebody that can sew, I'm there, somebody that can do surgery, I'm there, somebody, at the end of the day, you realize that you only know the surface of it. It's just the surface level of it that you understand. You don't know the in-depth of it. Okay, you can do surgery. All you know about surgery is, thank God you can even cut someone open. And then after that, what next? You don't know what next to do. Because you only mastered the surface level of each and everything that you feel like, oh, if I know a bit of this, a bit of that, and a bit of that, I can make it in life. No. So sufficient knowledge mean mastery. Master something that you feel like you're good at, something that you want to dedicate your time and knowledge to, something that you want to use to make money in life, something that you want to use as a career path. Insufficient knowledge, it's a killer of dream, it's a killer of success, it's a major cause of failure. Yeah, we talked about self-discovery in the first place, but here is where you're going to go in depth in your self-discovery. What is that one thing that I have so much passion for? What is that one thing that I want to become very good at? That one thing that I want to be so good at it that it fetches money for me. That is the discovery you're going to go into now. So they say people are not paid based on just the knowledge they have, but they are paid based on what they use that knowledge to do, how they apply the knowledge. That is where you get paid. You're paid for what you can do with what you know, not what you know. Because if about what we know, anybody can just read anything and tell you, oh, I know about XYZ. But then how do you put it to work? How do you use that knowledge? That is the main thing about life and education. So education is not just about going to school. No. It's about what you have made of yourself. Oh, you have gone to school, you have learned this, you have learned that. I'll use myself as an example. What I studied is entirely and completely different from what I'm doing as a career path right now. I studied chemistry, yeah, but right now my career path is in customer service. Because that is what I have passion for. That is what I want to do. That is what I see that I want to grow in. Not mixing up chemicals, I'm sorry. So the moment I discovered that, I began to work on myself to acquire more knowledge, to get specialized skills in it. Have that specialized knowledge in that field that I want to embark on. I knew I had no experience. I knew nothing about it when I started. But then I knew I could start from a level where I would get trained on the job. It was not about the money for me. It was about gaining that knowledge and then putting it to work. So I started from the scratch level where I would get the basics as I climb up the ladder. And everything I do as career path is always in that line. Customer service, sales, there's customer service, marketing, there's customer service. Event planning right now, there is in fact, customer service is the leading skill there. So I have wired my brain to go in that direction, to build that skill, to have that knowledge so that it can be useful to me and useful to the society and fill my pocket. So self-discovery, desire, faith, organized planning, execution, mastery, specialized knowledge. It's not, yes, you see some most wealthy people, they did not go to school, they don't have a college degree, but they are very intelligent. Why? Because they have taught themselves, they are self-made and they are self-educated, which I think is the highest level of education you can even give yourself. Educate yourself in that field that you want to grow in. So for those of you that are still wondering, oh, what do I do? Oh, I studied this in school, I studied that. Do I really want to work with that thing? Or what is my passion? So if you're yet to go into the university and you want to maybe reevaluate yourself, am I studying what I have passion for, or am I studying what my parents want? Reevaluate so that you don't waste the 4 years of your life or the 5 years of your life studying what you do not want to study, and then coming out and you're in the labor market not knowing what to do. You become jack of all trade, master of none, and then you just see that it feels like you're stagnant. Focus. Find your niche. Look for what you want to do. Focus or sharpen your skills. Sharpen your skills in that field and grow. Educate yourself in that path. That's why you have short courses, you have specialized courses, you have things that will help you grow in that path. There are seminars, there are conferences. Be useful to yourself. Attend them so that you can grow as a person and you can overcome that failure, because everybody is meant to succeed. Everybody is meant to succeed, but it's not everybody that chooses to succeed. So there are two different things. We're meant to succeed as human beings, but it is what you decide to do with your own that counts. So I hope I have imparted today, and see you in my next video with much more knowledge to come.